Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have.
The better to hear you with, my child.
But grandmother, what big eyes you have.
Oh, I scratched my neck. Now I'm gonna be red right here. Oh, I did it again. Y'all see this? It's coming through. Bro, I get red so easily. It's so annoying. Alright, y'all. What's good, YouTube? It's BriHall, aka SMARTISTA Beauty, for those of y'all who missed that intro. And I am back with another video. A clothes video, if you know what I'm saying. But today, I'm getting back to it, y'all. I had a revelation recently where I actually went to an FX store in my area. Actually, let me shout them out really quick because they were phenomenal. It's Paint and Powder Cosmetics. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being so great when I was there. My mindset was starting to get a little bit, you know, artistically fatigued, if you guys know what I mean. You know, artists, we go through those periods where we're just like, do I still got it? The main manager who works there is actually a multiple Emmy award-winning makeup artist in FX and, you know, stage makeup, all that, like HD camera makeup, all that. And she told me, y'all, that I had a, let me get it focused. She told me, y'all, that I was a very, very talented young lady and an artist, and that I had a bright future ahead of me. And naturally, you guys can imagine, like, I almost wanted to cry because I was like, that's exactly what I needed, was just sometimes that, that's ripped out a sheet of paper, that positive reinforcement, you know what I mean? That extra, like, sometimes you just need someone to tell you that you're going the right direction. Yeah, and she said I reminded her of herself when she was my age, and just to keep going. So that's exactly what I needed. So just wanted to put that little intro in there. So today, forget all the semantics, forget all the YouTube fluff. I'm about to just have fun and see what I come up with today with this look. And okay, so I'm gonna start with my brows, and I'm gonna use this Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Sand, and I'm gonna carve out my brows and bring it all the way down to my eyelids. Now I'm just using my ring finger to tap it all in. You just want to keep tapping. I gotta do a nail update for you guys because I've been doing something a little bit different. Can't wait to share it with y'all. Now that the concealer's done, I'm gonna set it with my Coty Airspun powder and make sure that's locked into place because you're gonna be doing a bold eye look from what I imagine in my head. We're just gonna set all that down. Alright, and I'm gonna go in and set my other eye, then come right back. Oh yeah, and for everybody who's been asking about this hair, this is from Atina Hair on AliExpress. It's a pre-made wig that was curly. Of course, I cut it and shaped it a little bit more, but honestly, I don't like recommending stuff until I've tried it for a little bit. And now that I've worn this for like about, what, 2 weeks or so, I'm like, okay, it's actually really good hair. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? And it's curly, so it's not a lot. Well, for curly hair, my main thing is like tangling and shedding that I look at. Ooh, that's why I don't like to do initial reviews either, because when I first got this hair, it was a little bit tangled and it shed on me. So I was like, okay, definitely can't recommend it in my last video. But honestly, after I washed it, I really haven't had any shedding at all, like at all. So I think it was just that initial wash and like the tangle that it came out in, if that makes any sense. And now it's kind of like minimal, like I don't have hair all over the place. It's only if I physically wet it and run a brush through it a lot, but it's pretty good. So I'll link it below. So if you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you already know that I literally, when Ulta started selling Juvia's place, well, I didn't even go there, y'all. It's actually worse. I called ahead to like 3 or 4 Ultas, and then I finally found one that carried them. They were like, they're going fast, girl, like you gotta come now. So I had them hold it. I said, they were like, what do you want? And I was like, one of everything you have. And then they really held it for me also. So basically now I have like almost every Juvia's Place palette, but today I'm gonna be using the Saharan by Juvia's Place. I don't always like recommending online stuff because I know sometimes when you're watching a tutorial like this, you want to run to the store, or you want to do it like soon, or you just want to watch it and never do it at all. So now that they're in stores, I feel really like comfortable recommending, because you can go swatch and test things for yourself. All right, I'm using this brown shade right here as a transition first, and I'm getting that right on my brush, and I'm gonna go right in here. I want to use tape. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm about to get some tape. All right, y'all, this is painter's tape. I know somebody's probably gonna get on my case about this because usually people use office tape, but if it gets the job done, literally I'm doing this just for today. If you're doing this look at home, use like cosmetic tape, but your girl is literally gonna take this off right after because it's not Halloween yet. So, and I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna start shading again and adding that brown into my brow bone crease area, like right underneath my brow bone. And I'm going in circular motions and then sweeping. And we're also gonna flick the shades upwards towards the edge of the tape too. I forgot to mention that. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna switch to voiceover and you're gonna just see the rest of this look unfold.
All right, so I'm gonna start by taking this burnt orange color and a crease brush. I'm gonna blend that right underneath my brow bone and again flick it up towards the top of the tape because we're going for a cat eye effect with this, y'all. This is gonna be kind of a grungy look, so it's good for a variety of costumes. And then I'm gonna go in to intensify this with my Inglot black gel liner. This is one of the blackest gel liners on the market, y'all. So I'm taking an eyeshadow brush and I'm basically just tapping that onto my eye and sweeping it. And I'm going to do a general cat eye shape on my eyelid. Imagine if you were to do winged eyeliner, but like cover your entire lid basically. So that's what I'm doing. It does not have to be neat right now, okay, y'all? We are just forming a basic shape, and that's all we're gonna do to start out with. I was trying to make sure, I guess, that they were as even as possible, but you know, sisters not twins. Well, I think that's an eyebrow rule, but I still am trying here. And then after I finish patting this on, I'm going to go ahead and just blend it a little bit with what's left on the brush. Then I'm gonna take this blender brush with absolutely nothing on it to just make that edge a little less harsh before the liner gel sets, because when it sets, it's a little bit harder to blend out that harsh line. And don't worry, we're gonna put transition shades here. Now for any of that burnt orange color that we lost in that blending process, I'm gonna re-add that in with a clean brush. And then I'm gonna go in with a black from my Juvia's Place palette, and this is the Saharan palette still, and I'm gonna smoke that up to the almost the top of that tape. And then I start at the base of my eyelid and then I work my way upward so that there's less shadow on my brush, basically to create that nice gradient. And this is all about blending, y'all. Your arm might get a little tired. This is a workout. So anybody that, you know, plays makeup and says makeup is not art, bro, it's not only art, it's a workout. Now I'm taking my NYX Glitter Glue and I'm gonna put that on my crease area. If you need a hack to do a perfect cut crease, you can check out my recent video on that a lot of people found helpful, but I'm freestyling it this time. And then I'm going to use this black glitter from NYX. All the products will be listed in the description as always. And then I'm going to just pack that onto my lid with a really fluffy kind of shadow brush, one by one. Also, your finger or a really small sponge can be good for packing on glitter. It is your choice, but today I was just using a brush because I didn't feel like doing all that today, child. And I need to get some more sponges, so it's whatevs. But, yep, we're gonna pack it. Just keep packing, just keep packing. Alright, and that's what that eye looks like. Nice little cat eye. Now for some peel porn. We're gonna peel that tape off. Whew, whew. Y'all see that sharp? Oh my goodness. And now we're gonna take one of my favorite tools ever to create some scar wounds, because the wolf tried to cut us, but we got away, y'all. This is sculpting wax. After I formed a worm shape with the wax, I'm going to put it on my skin and kind of pinch outwards to blend out excess product, to blend it into my skin but still have that raised bump. And it can be a little sticky, so take your time with this. I ended up using a spoon for like the smaller, more delicate pieces. A palette knife would be the most ideal for this, but I can't find my palette knife, so I had to make do. And wolves generally have like the 4 claws, so I tried to make it as accurate as possible to the shape of a wolf claw, making the 2 outer ones really tiny. Then I'm taking my Airspun powder and I'm setting that down. Usually some people, it depends on your preference. You can do the scar tissue after your full face is done and just use an alcohol wipe to wipe that section off and do it, which is also a really good option. But for me personally, I wanted to do the full beat over top of this. It may not be a lot of people's preference, but that's just how I decided to do it. I might mix it up one day, you never know. But I'm just setting this down so that it's not as sticky and so I won't ruin my makeup brushes. Then I'm using my Cover FX Blurring Primer. This stuff is the truth. When you're doing a full coverage look, I'm not putting any primer on my scar tissue though. And then I'm going to take, after this is all buffed in, I'm going to take my Becca foundation in the shade Bamboo. It's the 24-hour full coverage one. For the scar tissue, I'm kind of just dancing around it. I'm just going over top. I don't go too crazy on this because you don't want to use your good brushes on scar wax, just FYI. I only tapped it just a little bit since it was already set with that powder. It was safe to do that. Then I'm just buffing it like I normally would into the rest of my skin, blending down the neck. This is super full coverage, so we're trying to make sure everything is in there. And it's going to show up yellow on camera, but, you know, I'm really yellow in person, and once this oxidizes down, it's literally the perfect shade, especially once all my makeup is finished. I noticed I got a little paler recently, too, so a lot of my usual shades have been, like, you know, I don't know, it's just been harder for me to find a shade of makeup that fits me recently. But this one is, like, as perfect as it gets, almost, so, yeah. Stop rapping, boo. And then I'm just gonna keep blending down my neck. And then I'm gonna go in with the same concealer that I used on my lid to prime it, which is that Born This Way concealer in the shade Sand. We're going for a very like sculpted, dramatic look. This is Little Red Riding Hood, but like the grown and sexy version. So yeah, that's why we're going for like this smoky eye and just really dramatic look. And I'm not gonna go crazy with the concealer over by the scar tissue because I'm trying to preserve that area and it's gonna get covered up in like bruising and effects stuff anyway. So I'm going around and doing a normal highlight and contour. And then after this, I'm just gonna blend all this out and then set it with that Airspun powder. And I did that off camera. Just kidding, y'all. I actually forgot to press record for that part. So then it's all set, as you can see. And what I'm going in with is my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Kit and using both those brown shades on my cheekbones. Circular motions, y'all, when you're blending on your cheekbones so there's no harsh lines. Yes, move that body like a cyclone. Say nah. Y'all remember that song? Alright, and then I'm going to blend up to my forehead. Again, not doing the most on the scar side because you got scraped up there, girl. Like, unfortunately, your setting spray wasn't strong enough to keep the beat in place for that. So it's okay. Just focus on the parts of your face that aren't going to have the scarring, and then just the immediate cheekbone right behind it is fine. Get that jawline snatched. You know, Little Red Riding can't be in the hood without a snatched jawline. Alright, let me stop. But yeah, let me, what's happening here? Oh yeah, then I'm doing a little snatched nose contour for the people, you know. Some slight, woof, child. We are snatching today. I usually use a really skinny brush to do this, but I think this came out well with the fluffy brush. And then, after all that is applied, I literally am going to go with a sponge, and then I'm going to use some highlight, and this is the Maybelline Chrome highlighter. I believe this is one of my favorite highlights from the drugstore, to be honest. Y'all know I've been using a lot healthier products recently, but for, like I said, these glam looks, we are going in with the usual products, but special occasion, you know? And I'm going to go a little bit on the Cupid's bow area of the lip. Now I'm going to take this theater professional grade SeLr spray, and this thing, y'all, even though I wasn't going out all night, this thing will keep your makeup locked in place. This is made for performers, athletes who are going to be on camera, all that. Then I'm going to create some bruising around these scars with a purple and a burgundy shade, just alternating between the two. If you want a reference for bruising, look up someone your skin complexion and a bruising image on Google, and just look at the color undertones of the bruise. So for my skin complexion, whenever I get a bruise or anything, it's usually purple, blue, and red. But you know, if you're paler, it might be on the green side. Just check it out. Then I'm using a mechanical pencil. For this, I highly recommend using a toothpick or one really small object to make the cuts in the scar tissue, but I'm just going down the exact center where the raised part is, and you really just got to envision what a claw mark would look like. Then I'm using blood paste. I'm not using fake blood because I find that blood paste and scab blood are the best kinds of blood to do cuts with. Honestly, it looks the most realistic. I really practiced on like my hands and everything. I freaked my boyfriend out. He was like, oh my gosh, when he saw the cut that I did just as a practice run, he said it looked really real. So this is like the combination of that sculpting wax that I use and the blood paste, y'all, something serious. And then also a little tip, I'm at the bottom where the scrape quote unquote ends. That's where I'm gonna put the most paste to let it drip a little bit. Then I'm taking this NYX matte lip liner and what you looking at, girl? Oh yeah, then I'm gonna wing it into my eye. I know when you wear black eyeshadow, sometimes like, why do I put on liner? But it does make a difference. Then I'm putting that mascara on from Maybelline, and to complete the look, because it's not complete without the bottom, I put a brown shadow, and then on top of that I layered the black shadow. And this is the same shadows from earlier that we used, that brown transition color and the black. I'm just smoking out that bottom lash line with a really thin brush. So you don't want to over smoke it, because then that gets into like raccoon eyes, and that's a whole different look vibe that we're not going for today per se. And then I'm taking that Inglot gel liner on a tiny liner brush. This is the scariest part ever, doing the waterline. But this gel is super creamy, so it's not like as scary as most. Then I'm putting on these Ardell Studio Effects lashes. And this is a burgundy liner from the makeup brand Sleek, another drugstore brand. You guys know I love Sleek. They have an amazing shade range and contour palettes for African American women. Shout out to Sleek. And I'm gonna line my lips with that to create a gradient on the lip. I wanted to do an affordable lip for you guys that you know, anybody could do. And I'm gonna blend that out with my finger a little bit so it's not such a harsh line. And then, yeah, the heat from your finger is like a really good blending tool, FYI, y'all. Of course, if you're doing client makeup, you don't do this. And then this is a Covergirl red lip gloss, and it's from that Katy Perry collab that they did a while ago. And I think it's in the shade Catsuit, but don't quote me. I'll put it in the description box. But this is such a pretty red, y'all, and I forgot I had this product. I literally was looking through all my lip products, and I'm like, man, I really want to do a glossy lip for this, and boom. And then I'm smearing some of the blood down, and actually, because the eyeshadow was winged out so far, I felt like I needed to do like a little bit more of a long, dramatic brow. So I'm just fleeking that brow, and then I'm setting my face one more time. And this is the finished look. Y'all, I am giving you a multi-purpose look. This could be Aaliyah and We Need a Resolution. This can be a witch. This can be so many things, a vampire. So use it to whatever you like, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.